All right. So I don't think a lot of people realize this, but I think it's important for me to talk about it. So a lot of people don't know this, but there are a lot of different type of virtual assistants, right? Virtual assistants. So what do I mean by that? Let's start with the first part, right? There are three tiers. I'm about to share something that not a lot of people know about here. You're not gonna find it on Google either. Not till now. So tier one, are we talking about your basic VA? You know, they do admin, data entry, right? Research, right? They're the guys that you tell them, you give them a video and say do this, they do that. Very process oriented. They're kind of like a machine, right? Very good with administrative task. When most people talk about VAs, that's what they're talking about, right? Very, process oriented tasks, thing that people can do, like, that takes a lot of time. It could be super boring, but you could give it to a VA and they'll do it, right? So that's what a lot of people know as virtual assistant. When they're mentioned, hey, I need a VA to do this for me, that's what they're referring to. That's the tier one, right? The basic admin, data entry. No, there's no thinking necessary here. So that's a tier one VA. Now, there are two more tiers that no one talk about. A tier two VA is a critical thinker, right? We're talking professional. They're think for themselves. They go beyond what everybody's familiar with, right? This is what you have for their set of funnels, their build automations. They can build AI agents. I know our VA can. AI agents, right? There are creatives. They can bring insights to the table. This is what we call the critical thinking virtual assistant or professionals, right? It goes beyond just doing admin work. They can run your social media, they can run your website, they can run your operation, they can deal with customer support, they know how to think on their feet. And they're able to help you bring in clients. Okay. A lot of people don't even think that far in terms of having a VA handling these type of tasks, right? So that's why when I say there are different level to this thing, there's different level to this thing, right? So we talked about level one, which is tier one, the basic VA, right? Very admin, very process oriented, don't think for themselves, no thinking necessary. You give them something, they do it, right? So a lot of VAs in the Philippines are great at that. That some of they're very process driven. They can do A, B, C, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Right. Tier two is the critical thinkers. There are some people in the Philippines that are amazing at that. You can also find them in other part of the world, like in Nigeria, in other part of the world, right? So these are the critical thinkers, right? This is where you have an executive admin, someone who built funnels, someone who creative. So that's that level of VA. There's a third one. This is the one that nobody talks about. Leadership and management. This is where you find what we sometimes call VA, but I call them professionals who manage other professionals, right? This is like the management team. They're think for themselves, they're lead a team, they can build a team for you, right? They're managed teams. It's a different level of communication, different level of understanding, right? Problem solving. They solve problems. That's what they do, all right? This is kind of like your business managers, right? The person that know familiar with the EOS system, okay? Their lead teams, right? So this is what we have in our team, our business manager. She managed the business, right? So that's the level of leadership and management where they're leading people, they're managing people, they're monitoring people, they're solving problems, they're dealing with customers, right? They're kind of like a business owner like you are. So that's tier three. Okay. So there, and I'm sharing this because I want people to know that, there's level to this thing. A lot of people don't think about this, but there's a level to this thing, right? And you got to understand if you want to build a business and you want to leverage virtual assistant to build that business, it requires you to know that you have level to this, meaning that you're going to probably start with a tier one VA, maybe bring in some tier two, and maybe have a tier three run it for you, right? When it comes to, I don't need to, like the 4 hour work week, right? Where you have somebody running your business for you and you don't need to work more than 4 hours a week. It's not a myth, it's actually real. But you have to spend time building that structure. You have to spend time building the right team. The level of questions that you're asking your tier three VA compared to a tier one is very different, right? The interview process, the filtering process, the personality assessment, all that comes into play when you're looking at a tier three VA and a tier one VA. So this is why it's so important when I share our virtual assistant toolkit that I think everybody should grab that because, and I'll put the link in the video down in the bottom or up in a, wherever you see this video, the link is available. Where if you're just starting out and you're not sure if you want a tier one, tier two, or tier three VA, you grab that toolkit, you fill it out, and that will really map things out for you and make you understand, okay, what kind of VA do I actually need? Is it a tier one VA? Is it a tier two VA? Is it a tier three VA? And guess what? Each of them has a role in your business, right? And each of them come in at different stages in your business. So you not just got to look at your business for where it's at right now, you got to look at your business for where you want to go, right? And if you have a vision, your vision is crucial right here, right? If you have a vision where you want to have a team of virtual professionals, you want to have somebody manage that team for you, you're going to need to have a tier one, a tier three VA, then get some tier two VAs. All right. Now, can somebody go from tier one to go to tier two, tier three? Yes, they can. It requires developing the skill set, right? Developing that person mentally, make sure that the person knows and be able to go from stage one, stage two to stage three, understanding those level, understand what part of the business that they're in, master tier one and tier two before they can get to tier three. Because before you can even be in a leadership position, you got to have that critical thinking. Because guess what? When you're in a tier three VA, you're dealing directly with the CEOs of companies, and you gotta have that level of critical thinking. When they ask you certain questions, you gotta be able to answer it. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking, okay, I'm just gonna get a couple of VAs to help me run my business, you can, but really think about what level of VAs that you need in your business to really help your business grow to the level you want it to grow. So with that said, click the link, check out our VA toolkit. If you want us to help you hire your next VA team, you can welcome to reach out to us. We have a whole unlimited virtual assistant program that we can provide. We have a management program and a placement program. So don't hesitate to reach out. And my name is Julbert. I'm the owner of Task Maven, and we help small businesses grow and scale by providing the right virtual assistant to help them in their business. So thank you again for your time, for checking out this video. If you like video like this, share it with us, comment, let us know, and I'll be more than happy to share more. All right. So enjoy. Cheers.